this golden retriever gives birth to an unusual pup. Clara Hemington was in for a big surprise when her beloved dog Daisy gave birth. This was the second time Daisy was giving birth. Just like the previous one, this one too was expected to be a normal delivery. However, it came with some complications, but that did not cause any harm. The real twist came when Clara and her daughter saw the newborns. Whereas all the 8 pups looked extremely normal, there was one that did not look ordinary at all. They could not figure out what she had given birth to, so they looked up for this on the internet, but what they found was breathtaking. Clara Hemington belongs to Golspie of Scottish Highlands. It is a small village located on the North Sea coast, sheltered by Benvragi. Around 1,350 people live there. It's a beautiful village with some really breathtaking sights. However, this time the town was not going to get famous for its amazing sights, but for very odd news. Undoubtedly, the news of the pregnancy of her pet dog triggered some big changes in her life. It is only because of the affection she held for dogs that the woman had several dogs. Clara, who was also a wife and a mother, would always find pets around her. As mentioned earlier, Clara has a number of dogs staying with her, but she liked her golden retriever the most. However, little did they know that her retriever was soon going to give her a surprise of the lifetime. Her retriever was only 3 years old at that time. Daisy was a cool-tempered dog. She was very friendly and loved to spend her time in the backyard. The pooch had gone a bit lazy since her pregnancy and preferred spending most of her time resting in her sleeping place. This was not the first time Daisy was pregnant. She had given birth to her first litter of puppies a year back. Clara thought the same was going to happen this time too. There were no complications during the pregnancy either. The retriever had all her puppies healthy earlier, so she assumed that this time also everything will happen smoothly. Her first delivery spanned for 5 hours, and in the first time, she birthed 5 puppies. However, they did not keep them with themselves, as it would have become impossible to look after all of them, and gave them all the care that they needed. They decided to sell them off to people who loved petting dogs and would be able to give them all the attention they need. It might sound harsh to some people, but that was the only way out, as the family lacked enough resources to raise all of them. But it was important for those tiny cute creatures to have all the attention and care they required at such a delicate stage of their lives. This time too they were going to do the same thing. However, this time they were going to see a big change. As Clara had an experience of looking after the puppies, she thought looking after the coming newborn's baby would be smooth. So, she bought in all the items necessary. She had made all the preparation for the coming delivery. They had given Daisy a big room where she could deliver the babies comfortably. Moreover, all the other animals were kept away from her. She needed some peace and rest at that time. The day was approaching. Sutherlands thought they were all prepared for the future. They were going to keep the puppies until they grow mature enough to be sent to their new house. But soon she was going to realize that one of those newborns was going to turn their life upside down. Daisy finally gave birth to her babies in early July 2017. Daisy and her babies were safe and healthy. She had given birth to 9 cute babies. Daisy was clearly very happy and so was Clara. But their happiness did not last long. Soon they were going to witness something. However, their smile faded when they saw one of the puppies that looked completely odd. This one particular pup did not look anything like the rest of the pups. They looked at each other hoping one could provide with some logical reason, but both of them were in total disbelief. Clara and Claire both were there at the time Daisy gave birth to the babies. Claire too, just like her mom, loves dogs. She likes to look after them and often helps her mother in their cleaning and feeding. However, she had never seen a dog giving birth, so this was going to be her first time. They just wanted to witness the magical moment and make sure that their dog survives the process without any problems. It was good that they were with Daisy, as the duo soon sensed that something was wrong. They had to do something quickly as Daisy looked very much in pain. Clara and Claire were standing at the sidelines whereas Daisy was lying on the floor giving birth. Clara had seen Daisy giving birth before, so it did not take her much time to realize that the labor was not going the way it should have. Daisy was screaming in pain, and when they stepped towards her to have a closer look, they realized a puppy had got stuck. The puppy's head was stretched out whereas the body was stuck in. Daisy too seemed extremely distracted. And now the responsibility was going to be on Clara and Claire to do something. They had only two options. They could be a fence sitter waiting for Daisy to push through, or they could give her a hand of help. Seeing her in so much pain, they decided to help her. Clara remembers that when they realized that their pet dog is facing an obstacle, they went for all hands on deck. They pulled the first puppy out of her. Had they not helped her in time, Daisy would have passed away. Clara reminisces, "The first pup was stuck, so myself and my daughter Claire managed to free him and pull him out safely. All the puppies were safe and healthy except for the one that passed away just an hour after the delivery." Louise was glad that she could help voiceless Daisy. However, when Louise saw the babies, her eyes got fixated on a pup that looked extremely different. After giving the birth, the golden retriever pulled her babies to her side. Among the litter, there was one puppy that stood out. It was not golden in color, it was green. It was born green. That is quite strange. Clara explained, "As the puppies started to arrive, we noticed that one of the puppies had green fur. We couldn't believe it. However, this mint green-colored golden retriever had put both mother and daughter in disbelief. Well, whereas the sight fascinated them, they also feared if there was something wrong. They suspected that perhaps the pup was ill. It needed urgent medical assistance. If it was a disease, which one could it be? Whatever the case was, it was really terrifying. So, before going to the vet, they decided to check on the internet and see if they could find anything. Their step to browse the internet was absolutely right, as they learned exactly why the color of the pup was green. What more, they found out that the pup who just had taken birth inside their house was a rare one. What they found on the internet was that the green pup that took birth in their house belonged to a group of rare puppies that were born with the same color all around the world. You may hold some health condition responsible for the phenomena, but that is not the case. There is a scientific reason behind that. If you are fond of dogs and are well aware of their anatomy, you might also be knowing about biliverdin. It happens to be a green bile pigment located in a dog's womb. However, it is found in the womb of every female dog. Maybe they remain in the womb to provide puppies with food and every other nutrient during pregnancy. It may surprise you to know that this pigment is also found in humans. It is because of this pigment only that sometimes our bruises turn yellow and green in color. As they say, excess of everything is bad, likewise surplus of bile can give way to jaundice in one's blood, body tissue, and circulatory system. The incidence of biliverdin is rarely found among puppies. It stays inside the bloodstream throughout life but manages to keep itself away from one's notice. It happens very rarely when the biliverdin joins in the amniotic fluid of the womb. That must have happened with Daisy's pup. Except for staining the fur, biliverdin does nothing else to the body. There is no threat involved. Moreover, the color remains for a short while. It keeps fainting with weeks thanks to the constant growth of fur and the licking by mother. Eventually, the pup would look just like its other siblings. Even though the pup was not going to retain its green color for life, Clara and Claire knew it was special. It is not always you see a golden retriever giving birth to a green pup. This was once in a lifetime kind of sight. So, they decided to give a special name to the special pup that will go with its appearance. The name should be reflecting its green color, so it should be something related to nature. So, they decided to name the pup Forest. With time the color faded. Clara was fond of all the 9 puppies, but keeping all of them in the house was not possible. That would strain them financially. But this time they were going to make an exception. They sold them off except for Forest. They just felt that this pup was meant to stay with them. The green pup continued to grow in the shelter and turned out to be a playful golden retriever. Forest is being given lots of love and care. It has also become very friendly with the kids and olds of the family. Just like the mother, Forest too likes to play outside and make new friends.